Welcome to Corporate Gita. There are prayers on my screen. You can repeat with me. Om Agyanatimarandasya Jnananjana Shlakaya Chakshurasmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shivta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadhutam Parijaram Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam
हे
He
कृष्ण
Krishna
करुणा
Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Krishna Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sudevi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarushya Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
श्री
Shri
अद्वैत
Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we were in the 18th chapter and we had completed till verse number 40. So yeah, we were talking about the three modes of material nature and the various things, the happiness, the determination, the knowledge, they are all of it in three modes. Okay. Now it is there everywhere. The three modes are there everywhere in the higher planetary system, in the lower planetary system, on Earth. So how to utilize it? Okay. So basically, Krishna says that he devised this four system, Chatuvarnam system, Varnashram system, where according to the three modes, one can, where according to three modes, one can fulfill his psychophysical nature by becoming a Brahmana, intelligent class, political, administrative, fighter class, Kshatriya, warrior class, Vaishya, business minded, agriculture, protection of cows, and Shudra class is just giving service to others, and one is very happy with that. So Krishna made this Chaturvarnam system to satisfy our psychophysical nature and to grow spiritually also. So this is just Varna system. There is ashram system also he made. Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. The ashram system is uh, the ashram system is for what? It is for progression in spiritual life. And the Varna system is to satisfy our psychophysical nature. There is some urges within our body to act in certain way. The three modes are influencing us. So that what is in Varna system. So let's get into this. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam Sa Parantapa Karmani
हरे कृष्ण
Pravi.
प्रभु
Yeah.
yeah sorry Prabhuji to interrupt can you just repeat because this introduction this was very good you said this Chaturvarnyam and the Varna system
Yeah. So Krishna made this Chatuvarnam Maya system in the he says this Chatu.
yeah Prabhuji yeah that part is good you put it very correct words Prabhuji. One is for our like
Yeah, we'll discuss that, no problem. Chatur. Let's see. Chaturvidha, Chaturbhujena. Right. Chatur, Chatur, Panchami, Chatur, Chaturvaranam. That word is not there. Chaturvaranam.
Chaturvarnam
Let's see.
Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam
Chaturvaranam. So it may be one full word.
yeah
Chaturvarnam Maya system. Ah man, why I do like this? I made this.
This is Prabhuji 4.13.
Oh, sorry, thank you.
Yeah,
4.13. Okay, I should also remember that way.
yeah, Prabhuji.
Sixth chapter, 4.13, page number 111. Should go for go to page. Okay, we'll go by internet only. 4.30.
Yeah,
Chaturvarnyam. Okay. Varnyam. It's
yeah,
Varnyam. Okay. Chaturvarnam Maya system Guna Karma Vibhagasha. Tasya Kartaram Apima Vidhi Akartaram Avyam. According to me, these three modes of material nature and work associated with them, the four divisions of human created are created by me. So Krishna created this. Okay.
yes, yes, Prabhuji.
So this Brahmana Kshatriya Vaishya. See, here the modes are there. So, mode of goodness will be more a person will be inclined for Brahmanical, intelligent class, philosophical kind of person. Passion will incline, make him what? Politician, administrator, warrior, and
Yeah,
business minded will become, mode of passion, ignorance, both are there. So, he's business minded.
yeah,
So, that will be mercantile class, which will be Vaishyas. And Shudras is where ignorance is there. Basically, I'm just happy to serve everyone like
yeah,
that.
yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So here we have a psychophysical nature. Okay, our inclinations are there within our body to act in such a way, to do work in such a way. So these varna systems are there. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Okay. Through our work, we need to satisfy Krishna. Okay, because that quality is given within us, and through that work, we will satisfy Krishna. That's why these varnas are there. And ashram is ashram has lot of dharmic activities. Brahmacharya ashram, grihastha ashram, vanaprastha ashram, sannyas ashram. So in that one follows the dharma and one grows spiritually. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the ashram is majorly meant for spiritual progress, and the
Yeah,
varna is for material progress.
yeah, these are the two words. Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji. Yeah, spiritual and
spiritual and
material.
material progress.
Yeah,
Hmm?
spiritual and material.
But the thing is, even Varna, when we offer our results to Krishna, when we do it for Krishna's pleasure, then it becomes spiritual.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and ashram, same thing. In ashram also, there are so many material things we do. But when
Mm.
we offer it to Krishna, it becomes spiritual. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra are distinguished by the qualities born by their own nature in accordance with the material modes.
yeah.
O chastiser of enemy. See, the word born is used. So when one takes birth, he has those three modes within us, within them. Okay. Each of us have that three modes, package of three modes. Something is more, something is less, like that. That particular unique package is there, and it is there in our gross body and subtle body. Meaning, in our gross body, in sense, bones, uh, earth, water, fire, air, ether, that combination is there. Then in the mind we have a certain one, then the intelligence we have a certain combination, like that. So with all this, there is a resultant vector which tells us whether we are Brahmana Kshatriya, or Brahmana Kshatriya, or Kshatriya Vaishya, or Kshatriya Vaishya, or Kshatriya Shudra, like that.
Hmm.
It gives that understanding. Okay. Now Krishna gives us the what does a Brahmana actually do?
Hmm.
शमोदमस तपश्चौष्यम शांतिर अर्जम एव च ज्ञान विज्ञानम आसिक्त्यम ब्रह्म कर्म स्वभावजम. So that his swabhava, his nature. Swabhava means his nature is what? Brahma karma is a Brahmanical karma nature. What is that? It's first to be peaceful.
Peaceful.
Don't run after things. A Brahmana never accepts salary actually, and he never works for someone. He is independent. Therefore, he is
Hmm.
peaceful. He is happy with his simple land and cow. With that, everything of his is satisfied. And he accepts donation, dana or dakshina, but no salary. So, if we accept a salary, then we have to work according to the owner, right?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
So, Brahmana, no salary, he doesn't have to listen to anyone. He does his Shastra studies and all. Self control. He will control his mind and senses. Okay, he won't be after passion and ignorance. So, he will control his mind and senses. Austerity. He will perform all kind of upavas, you know,
Hmm.
keep away from certain foods. All this austerity will. Purity. He will not do any bad kind of activities which will increase karma. So, he will remain pure. Tolerance. He will tolerate sadness, happiness, and he will tolerate insults, honor, honesty. He'll be honest. Knowledge. Now he will study the Shastras. Okay. So Brahmana, he will study the Shastras and he will teach others. Okay, he may start a school, Vedic school or something. He will teach others. Wisdom. He will have realized knowledge. So he will give very nice directions. And religiousness. He will be dharmic. He will be protector of dharma. Following dharma and protector of dharma. Protector of dharma is actually Kshatriya, but his protection will be that he will keep the Shastras intact. The meaning of it and the Shastra, both. That's how he is protecting. Now, what are the activities of a Kshatriya?
Kshatriya.
शौर्यं तेजो धृतिर्दक्षं युद्धे चापि अपालयनं दानम ईश्वर भवश्च शात्रम शात्रम कर्म स्वभावज. So the shatram is the kshatriya. He is heroic. He will take risk. He will fight. He will save. He will show power. He will collect power. Many weapons, many alliances, determination. He will be very strongly determined. Even to the up to the point of his death, also he will be determined. Resourcefulness. Resourcefulness means like he will have alliances. He will uh, he will basically store things, store food, store shastra, like that. So resources, he will employ people, very intelligent people under him. So all these resources he will have. Courage in battle, we talked about it. He won't fear death. Generosity, now this is a very interesting thing. If someone will ask money from him, he'll give. He won't hide. He will be generous. Leadership. He'll be that. He'll be leading people. These are natural qualities of work for the Kshatriya. See, even a Brahmana is also a leader. But here, this leadership is the leadership of all the people for a kingdom and all that. That kind of leadership is there. A Brahmana is also a leader. Okay. His leading is what? Shastric leading. That way. Teachers. Teacher is also a leader. Na? Krishi Goraksha Vanijyam Vaishya Karma Sabhavajam Paricharya Atmakam Karma Sudrasya Sabhavajam. Sudrasya api Sabhavajam. So both are there, Vaishya and Sudra. What Vaishya will do? His business mind will tell him, okay, let's do farming, cow protection, and business. This is Vaishya. And Shudra will be labor and service to others. So farmers are also Vaishya, okay? They are not Shudras, they are Vaishya. Shudras are who? Shudras are those who work in the farm, who work for people, take salary.
So like in the corporate life today, everybody is working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are doing Shudra work.
Yeah, Kaliyug, yeah, everybody is
Yeah.
doing.
Right now, the whole system is like that.
Yes,
We are
yes.
doing Shudra work, and some of us have capability of doing Vaishya work also.
Yeah.
We will see mostly Vaishya and Shudra today. And Kshatriyas are contaminated,
Uh,
meaning they are themselves greedy and all that. They have leadership and all this, but they are not generous. They are not dharmic, right?
yeah, Prabhuji.
Okay. Next, स्वे स्वे कर्माणि अविरतः संसिद्धिं संसिद्धिं लभते नर स्वकर्म निरातः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु. Now, by doing our karma, in whatever varna we may be, whatever ashram we may be, that varna, that karma that we will do, will help us for perfection, siddhim. By following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now, please hear from me how this can be done. So, how to become perfect by following qualities. यतः प्रवृत्ति भूतानां येन सर्वमिदं ततं स्वकर्मणा तम अभ्याचर्य सिद्धिं विन्दति मानव. By virtue of the Lord who is the source of all beings. So while doing our work, we should worship the Lord, who is source of all beings, who is all pervading. A man can attain perfection through performing his work. So while doing our work, we should worship the Supreme Lord. Very simple. As stated in 15th chapter, all living entities are fragmental parts and parcel of Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Thus, the Supreme Lord is the beginning of all living entities. This is confirmed in Vedanta Sutra, Janmadhyasya Yatah. The Supreme Lord is therefore the beginning of life of every living entity. As stated in 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord by his two energies, his external energy and internal energy, is all pervading. Therefore, one should worship the Supreme Lord with his energies. Generally, the Vaishnava devotees worship the Supreme Lord with his internal energy. His external energy is perverted reflection of the internal energy. The external energy, okay. Let me read this paragraph. I'll explain what is this internal and external. His external energy is the perverted reflection of the internal energy. The external energy is background, but the Supreme Lord, by expansion of his plenary portion as Paramatma, is situated everywhere. He is the super soul of all devatas, of all human beings, all animals, everywhere. One should therefore know that as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, one has his duty to render service unto the Supreme. Everyone should be engaged in devotional service into the Lord in full Krishna consciousness. That is recommended in this verse. So Vaishnavas, how they worship the Lord? With his internal energy. Okay. And then Krishna has his external energy. What is the name of external energy of Krishna?
Maya Devi.
Maya Devi or Durga?
Durga. Yeah.
So Vaishnavas, they worship Krishna with internal energy. So now who is this internal energy?
Radharani.
Yes, Lakshmi.
Lakshmi. Yeah.
Yeah. Lakshmi, Sita, Rukmini, and Radharani. Of course, that is there. So this is internal energy. So how do Vaishnavas approach? They approach through Lakshmi. It's like that. So wherever you go, we see Lakshmi Narayan. We see Radha Krishna. We see Sita Ram.
Yeah.
Rukmini Dwarkadish. So it's through the internal energy. And those who are not Vaishnavas, they go to external energy. So we will see they'll go to Durga. Right? Isn't it?
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Now Dashera is coming everywhere. Durga Puja and all that will be. We will see. Chamundeshwari, Durga Puja, Kali Puja, so many things. But a Vaishnavas, they will go to the Supreme Lord to worship with his internal energy, as the internal energy says. So like that. One should therefore know that as part and parcel of Supreme Lord, one has a duty to render service unto the Supreme. Everyone should be engaged in devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness. That is recommended in this verse. Everyone should think that he is engaged in a particular type of occupation by Rishikesh. Now, this is a very, very important statement. Master of the senses. And by the result of the work in which one is engaged, the Supreme Personal Godhead, Sri Krishna, should be worshipped. If one thinks always in this way, in full Krishna consciousness, then by the grace of Lord, he becomes aware of everything. That is the perfection of life. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 12.7, Tesam aham samudharta. The Supreme Lord himself takes charge of delivering such a devotee. That is the highest perfection of life. In whatever occupation one may be engaged, if he serves the Supreme Lord, he will achieve the highest perfection. So, whatever occupation we are in, first of all, it should be dharmic occupation. We should not be, into so much of animal killing and illicit sex and breaking four regulations. We should not be there. Gambling, okay. We should understand that Krishna has put us in this work, and we should give quality work. We should put efforts, do quality work. Because when we do quality work, what is going to happen? We work in companies, factories, offices. If we do quality work, what is the first thing that happens to us?
Purification of mind. No.
No. We do quality work.
Quality means then good results are there.
A good result is fine.
Appreciation
What is
is
the
there.
first thing that happens to personally? Personally, how do we feel?
Happiness. We feel happy.
Yeah. We feel happy in sense we feel okay, I did my job very nicely, right?
Yeah. Accomplish something. Yes.
Yeah.
Internally.
Of course, the result will come. Result will come. That will be there. So we should then, when we do that activity, we will get a good result also. That result we will use it in Krishna's service. Donating to temple, Krishna's temple, donating Krishna's activities, festivals, and activities, distributing books. So many things are there, right?
Yes.
So when we use it for that, then Krishna is also pleased. Then whatever work, then because of that activity, we'll become fully aware of everything. Meaning we will see Krishna everywhere. Like if we are working, we know back of the mind, I'm working for whom? For my wife and children, right? So now the awareness will increase. I'm working for whom? I'm working for Krishna. He becomes fully aware of that. And that is perfection of life. For Arjuna, it was simple, right? He was working for Krishna, right? Directly. So then what happens? The Supreme Lord takes charge of delivering such a devotee. The whole Bhagavad Gita photo says about that thing. What it says? Who is in charge of this chariot? Arjuna
Uh,
or Krishna?
Kri- uh, I mean, it's Arjuna actually.
Generally, it is the passenger who tells the driver, okay, I need to go to this destination. But
Yeah,
here, Krishna is deciding which destination to take. Why?
yeah.
Because Arjuna was like that, right? Arjuna was doing it for Krishna. So Krishna says this thing, that he will take charge of delivering such a devotee. And that is the highest perfection of life. So Arjuna's case, it is the highest perfection of life. Because for him, Krishna has taken the charge. And he's taking me everywhere. Okay? Understood?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Ah. See, when we are not that pure as Arjuna, then who should take charge of our life? Tell me. The Guru. The Guru. You are getting? The Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. This should direct us. When we are not at the level of Arjuna, we are at our level. We are not at his level. You know how Arjuna was. Even while sleeping, he was saying Krishna, 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 Krishna. Now, while sleeping, do we think like this? Do we say like that? No, right?
No.
For 14 years of Vanvas, Krishna met Arjuna so many times. So that kind of close relationship he had with Krishna. But for us, we are not there yet, right? So for us, who is going to take charge of our life and all that? Or let's say, let's put another thing. Whom are we going to surrender? Surrender in the sense, whom are we going to follow? So we will follow Guru Sadhu Shastra. Right? Our Guru, whatever he says, we will do. It will be aligned with the Shastras and it will be aligned with what the previous sadhus have done. Getting? So, श्रेयांस धर्म विघ्न पर धर्म स्व अनुष्ठित स्वभाव नित्यम कर्म पूर्वम नापनोति किल्बिषम. If it is better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than to accept one other's occupation and perform it perfectly. Duties prescribed according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reaction. This is a very interesting statement that Krishna makes here. In the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, I don't want to fight. But then he says, instead, I want to do something. What was that something that he wanted to do instead of fighting? Yes? Do you remember?
He was saying even for begging, yeah.
Begging. So
Yeah.
let's say Arjuna starts begging. Can he become the best beggar?
No, Prabhu, no.
Let's say even if he tries, he gets training and all that, he can become a best trainer, best beggar, Fine. So he can do somebody else's occupation. Okay. He can do. Like, when he was in Vanvas, then he had got a curse that he'll become Nipunsak for 1 year. So for that 1 year, he was staying in Virata's kingdom and he had become Nipunsak, third gender. But then he takes up a job. What was the job that he took up in Virata's kingdom?
For dance teacher,
Yeah, dance teacher. He became the dance teacher of Virata's daughter,
Uttara, yeah.
Uttara. Right?
Yes, Prabhu.
And so he could do the perfect dance also, right?
Yes.
Because he learned that in the heavenly planets, in the Swargaloka, he had went. So there he learned how to dance. So he was very good at that and he was teaching. So he was already doing that another's occupation perfectly. Right? So technically speaking, we can do somebody else's occupation perfectly. But then what is the risk? Risk is our own swabhava. Hey, what is my nature? That is going to come back to us, right? Isn't it? At the end, we are going to say, am I meant for this? Even if I'm doing it so nicely, am I meant for this? We see, right? People come to this question, am I meant for all this? Even though, his career, everything is going good. Are you getting?
Yes, yes,
People
Prabhuji.
people go do IIT engineering, then they think, oh, am I meant for this? I'm meant for acting,
Mm.
and then they go become actors. Hmm? There was one actor who was previously bus conductor. Another
Yeah.
actor who was previously a policeman, and there was one actor now who was previously what? He was previously IITian. It takes so much effort to crack that IIT exam, then to work in IIT. I mean, to study in IIT. It is not a simple thing. So he did all that, and after that, he's thinking, I want to do acting. He could have easily done acting right after 12. Why to put so much of effort? You
Yes,
getting?
yes. Yeah.
Why? Because that swabhava has come back to him. It is knocking him and telling him, you have a particular nature. You have to work according to it. So therefore, Krishna says, let's say whatever is your swabhava, we have to find our own swabhava, okay? Through introspection, to observability over a period of time, and some person may tell us whom we are very trusted and unbiased. But if that person is not unbiased, then we have to reject. And fourth way is through astrology. Astrology will tell us, what may be our swabhava, Brahmanical swabhava, or Kshatriya swabhava, or whatever. And that swabhava will make us happy. Okay. When we work for as per our swabhava, then we'll become happy. You will see at company and all that we may do certain work, and then there is certain work which we like to do, and there is certain work which we don't like to do. So what we like to do now makes us happy, isn't it? That is our swabhava.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm. And in that we won't be so much worried of our money and salary also, because we are happy doing it. But when we are not happy doing it, we are thinking for happiness for somewhere else. Then we say my salary is less, then we say let me change job and all that. Because we are not doing our sabha. So what Krishna is saying is, he's saying that whatever is your nature, you work according to that. Then you will be happy also, and you will succeed also. Okay. And if you take somebody else's nature and perform it perfectly also, then there is no success there. Okay, because you will get some reaction, because it was not according to your nature. So duties which are prescribed according to our nature are never affected by sinful reaction. So our nature may be like that, and if we are doing into that, and some activity we may do, like a warrior, his nature is what? To fight, to
To fight.
protect, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Protect the weak from the evil. So in that he may has to kill also the enemies, but then he doesn't get any reaction out of it. Why? Because he did it dharmically. Okay. He used dharma. So he's not affected by sinful reactions. Similarly, whatever our sabhav may be, if we are doing work according to that, sinful reactions won't touch us. Just like a soldier is not uh, blamed for all the killing that he has done. No, right? Once he goes for a war, whatever killing happens, it is beyond the sinful reactions also. Okay, let's get into the purport. One's occupational duty is prescribed in Bhagavad Gita. As already stated in previous verses, the duties of the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra are prescribed according to the particular modes of nature. So we looked at that whole list. One should not imitate another's duty. A man who is by nature attracted to the kind of work done by Shudras should not artificially claim to be a Brahmana. So if somebody is asking for salary and all that, then he should not claim that he is Brahmana, okay? Although we may not have been born in Brahmanical family, in this way one should work according to his own nature. No work is abominable. If performed in the service of the Supreme Lord, the occupational duty of the Brahmana is certainly in the mode of goodness. But if a person not by nature in the mode of goodness, he should not imitate the occupation duty of the Brahmana. For a Kshatriya or administrator, there are so many abominable things like killing and all that. Yes, killing and cunning and politics. Kshatriya has to be violent to kill his enemies, and sometimes Kshatriya has to tell lies for the sake of diplomacy. Such violence and duplicity accompanies political affairs, but a Kshatriya is not supposed to give up his constitutional duty and try to perform the duties of a Brahmana. Now you will see some people have the swabhava of what? To become a politician. Can you and me become a politician? Yeah?
No, Prabhu.
Because we know our nature is not like that.
Yes.
But then there are some people who will become like that. And in that nature, they will tell lies, they may, act cunningly and all that, but it's all diplomatic out there. Because if they don't do it like that, there'll be big problems. Isn't it? So the politicians have to be diplomatic. Sometimes they have to tell lies. I mean, not too many lies, but one or two lies they have to tell. But that is for the greater good. Like one more example is given here. One should act to satisfy the Supreme Lord. For example, Arjuna was Kshatriya. He was hesitating to fight other party. But if such fighting is performed for the sake of Krishna, the Supreme Personal Godhead, there is no need of fear of degradation. In the business field also, sometimes a merchant has to tell so many lies to make a profit. If he doesn't tell a lie, then he's not making a profit, right? He has to tell. For you, I am making no profit, okay? But it is never like that. He may just decrease 100 200 rupees. But actually, the price will always be inflated. If it costs 100, he will sell it at 500 rupees. And to fool people, he will show discount of 10% on it or 25% on it. But still he is making profit on it, right? You're getting this point, right? First he will double the price, then he will give a discount on that double price. So already he's making profit, maybe a little less, but he's making. It's like that. But a merchant should not think that because he is engaged in an occupation by which telling of lies is compulsory, he should give up his profession and pursue profession of a Brahmana. So by nature, if one is businessman and in that he has to do certain things, there's no option for it, then he should not just give up. Okay. Similarly, whether one is a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, doesn't matter if he serves by his work the Supreme Personal Godhead. Even Brahmanas who perform different types of sacrifice sometimes must have killed animals. So even the Brahmanas also kill animals. Okay. But sometimes animals are sacrificed in such ceremonies. Similarly, if the Kshatriya is engaged in his own occupation, kills an enemy, there is no sin incurred. Third chapter, these matters have been clearly and elaborately explained. Every man should work for the purpose of yajna and for Vishnu, the Supreme Personal Godhead. Anything done for the person's sense gratification is a cause of bondage. The conclusion that everyone should be engaged according to a particular material nature that he has acquired, and he should decide to work only to serve the supreme cause of the Supreme Lord. Oops. Next verse. सहजम कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषान अपि न त्यजेत सर्वारंभ ही दोषेण धूमेनाग्निर विवारतः धूमेर अग्निर अग्निर is what agni is fire धूमेन is what धूमेन means smoke every endeavor is covered by fault just as fire is covered by smoke therefore one should not give up the work born of his nature O son of Kunti even if such a work is full of fault. In conditioned life, all work is contaminated by modes of material nature. Even if one is a Brahmana, he has to perform sacrifices in which animal killings is necessary. Similarly, a Kshatriya similarly, even though a man, similarly, a Kshatriya, however pious he may be, has to fight enemies. He cannot avoid it. Similarly, a merchant, however pious he may be, must sometimes hide his profit to stay in business, and he may sometimes have to do business in black market. These things are necessary. One cannot avoid them. Similarly, even though a man is a Shudra serving a bad master, he has to carry out the order of the master, even though it should not be done. So there is no point in serving a bad master. But sometimes, circumstances are like that we just cannot leave that bad master. So what to do? Just carry out the order then. Despite these flaws, one should continue to carry out his prescribed duties for which they are born of his own nature. A very nice example is given here. Fire and smoke. Fire is pure, but it has still smoke. The smoke does not mean oh sorry if one prefers to give up the work of Kshatriya and then take up the occupation of Brahmana, he is not assured that in occupation of a Brahmana there is no unpleasant duties. Okay, one may think, okay, if I do that job or that activity, then I'll be happy. Well, first thing is that your sabhava? If that not is your sabhava, then you may go there and work and all that, and you'll be unhappy. Like I have a friend who did engineering, and then he became a professor in the same college. Later, something clicked in his mind. He was thinking, is this what I'm meant to do? And definitely the answer came no. He said, my father is a businessman, my grandfather is a businessman, everyone is a businessman in my family. So that calling came into his heart, and he also became a businessman. He left the teaching job and became a businessman. And now he's handling 3 businesses. Can you see that capacity that he has to handle 3 businesses? Okay, so and the other thing is, in the material world, nothing is free from contamination of material nature. Okay, there will be some problem. This example of fire and smoke is very appropriate in this connection. When in winter time one has to take a stone from fire, sometimes smoke disturbs the eyes and other parts of the body. Other type of sorry. Rather, one should be determined to serve the Supreme Lord by his occupational duty in Krishna consciousness. That is perfectional point. When a particular type of occupation is performed for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, all the defects in that particular occupation are purified. When the result of the work are purified, when connected to the devotional service, one becomes perfect in seeing the self within, and that is self-realization. Awesome. So just because there are some disturbing elements doesn't mean you need to give up. Just continue, and the results offer it to Krishna. In this way, you will be connected with Krishna consciousness and ultimately self-realization. Okay. Um, any questions at this point? Any questions, comments? Anyone? Okay.
No problem.
Yes. Anyone has any question or comment?
It's okay, Prabhuji. Yeah, this is okay.
Okay. We'll stop here.